Hey there, guys, it's Controversial. Now, I found a video about a man who was getting domestically abused by his wife or girlfriend. I'm not sure. And here's the video. I'm gonna be making this video. Now, some of the scenes are a bit graphic and intense, and I'm not gonna be censoring anything. YouTube is not gonna censor this video. If they do, they are aiding and abetting domestic violence against men. I do not agree with censorship and whatnot. But let me get into this video.
Fucking nasty! Stop fucking hitting! Fucking voice at me! Stop! Let's.
Yeah, you can hear the sound of her fist hitting him. She's beating him.
Why the fuck do you keep doing it? I'm literally like, stop! Stop! I
fucking
keep asking
hitting
you
me.
nicely, stop!
Stop hitting me! Stop fucking hitting me! Stop hitting me!
Women's rights, eh? Women's rights. Men have no rights. And this is the sad truth of domestic violence. Domestic violence can happen to anybody. Can be a man or a woman. Like if a man or a woman get into an argument, a husband and a wife get into an argument over something, and then the wife picks up a toaster and hurls it at the husband's head, hits the husband and his head, gives him a huge gash, and he maybe has a bit of memory loss. They'll say that he fell or something. But that's not domestic violence, is it? Women picking up and throwing things is a common thing. But let me continue.
You gotta get a fucking fight! You gotta get an actual fucking fight! You wanna play with me? You wanna play with me? You wanna play with
Yeah, and the funny thing is that Johnny Depp was going through the same thing, and this woman just spat on this dude. How can you live with someone like that? How can you love someone like that? And this begs in question as why Amber Heard isn't in jail. Why a lot of women who are domestically abusive to their loved ones or their husbands are not in jail. Why are they not in jail? There's so much evidence against Amber Heard and whatnot, but yet Amber Heard is not even in jail. She abused Johnny Depp and everyone knows what happened. But let me continue. And the truth is, violence. Telling you now, violence is crazy. I don't advocate for any violence. I don't advocate for any some form of abuse. But the thing is that this is what happens when this is what women's rights and a lot of this stuff protects. This is what happens when Me Too and all these feminist movements protect women and nullify them from the responsibility of keeping their hands to themselves. This is exactly what you're aiding and abetting when you fight with these feminists and Me Too people. But let's go.
That is your fault. That is your problem.
You wanna fight? You wanna fight, motherfucker? You wanna fight?
Stop. Please.
Yeah, fight for women's rights. I fight for women's rights. Women are the victims. They are the goddesses. They are the angels. They are the soft little underbellies, aren't they? Let me tell you something. When the shoe is on the other foot, it doesn't look good. There's no way, shape, or form that domestic violence can be acceptable of any kind. I do not condone any violence of any kind, and anyone who's a perpetrator of violence needs to be locked up. Man or woman. And this is good evidence that men and women can be violent, but women can be violent too. There's some really sick, evil women walking around there too, but they're defended by the justice system. You know what this needs to be played? This needs to be played in court. This needs to be played in high schools. This needs to be played this needs to be played on TV, because many men go through this and no one takes it into consideration. This is something that Johnny Depp went through, and it's a very good example, and everyone was on the train of defending Amber Heard and calling Johnny Depp an abuser. All those tabloids and those big newspapers and companies were calling Johnny Depp an abuser. They ruined his life, and he was the victim in the whole situation. But let me continue.
Come here! You wanna fight? You wanna see the angry person? Come here right now!
I beg you, Alpha, please stop.
Come here! Come here!
Please stop. Please stop.
Yeah. So so that's the story of the video. That is the story of the video of the man who was getting abused. Now, there is an update video of where the guy speaks about what really happened, and apparently it just says no, that him and his wife split, and then they called the cops and he's pressing charges. And one of the issues is that his wife was pregnant, but the baby was born when they split because of abuse and stuff. So it's pretty much a lose-lose situation, because now this man is forever tied as a bond to that woman, and they were married. Yeah, they were married. They weren't dating. They were married. So it's kind of crazy to see this whole story unfold like this. But at the end of the day, people just need to be careful of who you get into relationships with, who you're married to, and whatnot. Because like some people only show their true colors once you get married to them. A lot of people won't show their true colors until you get married and start living with them and move in with them. So just be careful how you move. But definitely, like the stigma around domestic violence or domestic violence against men is no longer a stigma anymore. It's trending now. Men can be victims too, and all these women who perpetuate this whole thing of men being abusers and stuff, that's all being thrown out the window, and that's all being nullified by the justice system needs to follow suit. The justice system needs to prosecute women to the fullest extent of the law, just like they do men. But anyway, guys, this is Controversial signing off. I'll see you guys next video. Goodbye.